This is so
Yeah,
hard.
somebody switch around every time. It's
Every time
uh,
what?
I'm adjusting. I don't know. I think it's people either disconnecting, reconnecting, or turning cameras off and back on. But then it
Uh,
changes the order of the cameras, and then I have to readjust.
is that is
It's
that
fine.
gonna is that
I'll
gonna
get
wreck
over it.
your OCD tonight, Stokes?
No,
No, it's
he's probably got something going in the background.
OBS.
I have a friend that I do podcasting with, and we do it on YouTube. It's that Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so a lot of times, like if we're doing certain things and everybody's contributing, he's like, "All right, let's go in this order," and he assigns it based on who all's and what order you're on camera, and then invariably every time this happens, somebody drops from the call, something happens, and then they come back, and then everything's out of sync, and then he can't. He's like, "Oh God, everything's all root now. Everything's all out of order now." So I tell him a lot of times
Yep.
before we do this, I'm like, I know this is important to you, but we shouldn't do it this way because eventually it's going to screw up and you're going to wig.
Is OCD the same thing as OPP?
Not really. No, each one is its own private hell.
All right. I think I got it for the moment. Yeah. I don't
OC.
know if it's
Oh,
OCD. It's OBS. This OBS software that records things. It has such a cool view that like shows like right now it's showing all five of us in camera view plus the board. Um, where we can see the scene plus the chat. It has no fancy graphics or anything cool after that, but it could theoretically. But it all counts on like positioning the windows, each clip of a window in just the right place in order to make it all work. So when somebody disconnects from Discord or something, then it gets all messed up.
all right, Chris said you do not have permission to drop tonight
Alrighty.
for
I think
whatever
I'm good.
reason. You're going to wreck everything on Jonathan's end. And I know you
Right.
don't care, and you're one of those people that would just like to watch the world burn.
What are you doing?
Look at Dale over there nodding. Dale
Exactly.
knows what I'm talking about.
100%.
Burn,
All
baby,
right.
burn.
All right. So when we last left off, we ready to go?
Yes.
That was
Everybody's in
October,
roll
wasn't
20.
it?
Looks like.
Yeah, it's been a
Yes.
while.
It was like October 17th or something like that. So it
For the
has
last
been a few months.
for the last several months, all I've heard is how I'm supposed to just get in and start killing people.
I think I was in my 40s the last time we played.
Yeah. So, so I have this write up which I posted in channel, but I'll read aloud for your purview.
I was, by
In
the
the
way, before you start, I was super impressed with your writing abilities.
You mean chat GPTs?
Yes, I knew it.
um, so my editorial abilities, you mean? So ChatGPT did take some liberties with a couple of quotes, and I just let it be in my editorial updates. But so, with a few liberties, it says in the dimly lit depths of Sector HYT's maintenance tunnel, a tale of intrigue and subterfuge unfolded. The flickering lights cast an eerie glow on the walls, scarred from laser blasts, setting a grim stage for our troubleshooters. Suspended above the tunnel floor, the catwalk bore witness to a peculiar standoff. Amidst the chaos, Oklo YTHB2 lay near a mysterious crate. her yellow uniform scorched, a look of dazed confusion etched on her face. Our heroes, the astute Steve, the tactical Hendo, the resourceful Mike, and the quietly fierce Brewhammer, confront an
Quietly.
unkept duo of a. Yeah, you were quiet in all of the
That's right.
all
I
of the
forgot.
chat, all of the chat-based continuation of this adventure.
I like how I can be quiet yet
They-
fierce at the same time.
well, I don't know.
If anyone can do it, you can.
I'm so kind that way.
So they confront an unkept duo of a green level and an orange level citizen. I think I should be yellow, alongside another green level individual, comically ensnared in cleaning foam, courtesy of the hulking scrubbot 002.
Yes.
What is in these crates, you two? And what are you doing down here where the friend computer can't see? Steve demanded, his suspicion palpable. The
Steve sounds like
captives,
an asshole.
bewildered.
Remember,
wait,
The
is that?
captives.
he's very backstabby.
Oh, wait, that's our Steve.
Backstab. The captives, bewildered and cornered, revealed their contraband, China Ultraviolet, a substance they claimed could grant enhanced consciousness. It's like being awesome for like half the day, all natural too, the green level citizen exclaimed, his words tinged with a hint of rebellion and temptation. Communication with friend computer was futile. The group's cerebral cortex unresponsive. This revelation led to a deeper mystery. You're in a dead zone, genius, taunted the captive, dangling from the scrubbot's arm. This was uncharted territory beyond the all-seeing eyes of friend computer. Steve, with a glint of cunning in his eyes, whispered a dicey proposition to his comrades. Maybe we can get something out of this. Part of the profit in a favor from them later on. Come on, Mike, live a little. The prospect of profit in a lawless land was tempting. As they deliberated their options, the moral quandary loomed large. What would friend computer do? Hendo mused, the weight of their potential actions heavy in the air. Steve, ever pragmatic, pondered their next move. Hey, ding dongs, before we go any further, why can't friend computer hear us? He questioned, his mind racing with possibilities and dangers. Their clandestine conference was shadowed by the looming presence of Scrubbot 002, a mechanical reminder of their duty to Alpha Complex. Yet, in this dead zone, far from the prying eyes and ears of their omnipresent overseer, the rules of the complex seemed a world away. As Steve surveyed the neglected tunnel with its myriad of hiding spots, a chilling thought crossed his mind. Where could they stash any unfortunate evidence of their deeds? The options were as dark as the tunnel itself, a path that, once taken, could forever alter their fate in Alpha Complex. Thus, our troubleshooters stood at a crossroads, their decisions shrouded in the shadows of the underground, each choice a step into the unknown. What path would they choose in this off grid labyrinth where the usual rules of their world were suspended and every action could tip the balance of their precarious existence?
Well, they are clearly drug addicts, and Brewhammer's mind, it would be unkind to allow them to carry on living like this, like these living zombies. So it's probably
Suffer not the unclean to live.
yeah, it's probably time to purge.
Okay,
This all
um,
feels very
so
subversive.
so now there are only two, um, no, actually three drug users left. So one thing that was clear to me in our conversations is that I didn't paint the picture very well because I got a lot of questions about, wait, who's over here and who's near me and who's over there, and that made me think I should have had a map, but I didn't.
We're used to it.
And second best, second best would be to have tokens for everybody, which I also didn't have, but now I do. So, so I present to you the two guys near you. So I would say, let me figure out how to move this.
Considering they're
Um,
better looking than us, I say we kill them.
Oh yeah, no. The fact that they're young and good looking means that we kill them even harder.
And is the scrub? Where's the scrub bot too?
I
Yeah,
know Scrubbot's
okay.
with me. Yeah.
Okay, give me a second and I'll move some things around. So there is the four of you whispering in a huddle. Then off to the side, there are the two dudes, the green and the yellow guy. Then there is.
Now they're both higher
Um,
level than us, right? Security wise.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
we just caught them
yeah.
stashing drugs, right?
Right. Actually trying to sell drugs.
Oh yeah.
So then there's Aklo, who's over on the catwalk, and that's sort of the catwalk you can see in the picture, but it's not super clear. Is she in the? You can see her, right? She's in
Yep.
the right layer.
She's on the right layer.
Okay, okay, and then there's the scrub bot.
I like how on Chris Head's token, it looks like he's got a little bit of like a Klingon brow happening.
Oh, I get it. Yes, he definitely does.
All right, and
Oh,
the scrub bot
sweet.
is holding the green guy who is covered in foam. He's actually bald, but his token avatar shows up.
The foam.
All right, so what's the deal with this guy?
So, pretty much there were two sides to this deal. The side with the drugs and the side paying something for the drugs. And I think you've uncovered this much in terms of the pallets. The side with the drugs appear to be drug users, which might be unusual in terms of which side has what. The side buying the drugs don't have that same pupilless look that that the other side would. So one side had Aklo, who has always seemed kind of who you've been with for a long time, and
Mhm.
she's always seemed kind of spaced out. Right now she's wounded, so that's not necessarily conclusive, but she seems spaced out most of the time, other than she has a clipboard and she writes stuff down all the time for this entire mission so far. These other two guys that are on her side, I'll give names to, even though you guys haven't asked their names, but it's just to minimize the confusion. Their names are Terry and Corey, and they also seem really spaced out. So they're on Aklu's side. Maybe I'll put her over here, even though she's not standing next to them.
Wasn't one
And
of these
then-
wasn't one of these jerks giving us some kind of static session before last?
Yeah. So Wesley was also part of your mission, and he was on the other side of this deal, now deceased.
Oh, he's dead
And
now?
r-
Did I kill
yeah.
him?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I
Okay.
think he has your laser marks all over him. So his body is in the room. And one of his comrades, Roland, was caught running away, caught by the scrub bot, sprayed with soap, and then picked up and then brought back to the group. So I'll put those two together because the scrub bot and Roland are together. He's a green level, and then the other three well, they're not exactly together because Aklo is wounded and a bit further away than the other two. So you guys have been kind of whispering together and trying to decide what to do in this situation. There have been some options floated, but nothing decisive. No action taken. So I think that's where we pick up. Is we're in this tunnel. There doesn't seem to be any contact with friend computer, and everyone in the scene has surrendered to some extent or the other. Roland tried to run away
I didn't
and
surrender.
didn't get away. That's true. That's true. You didn't. So
My donkey
Roland
surrendered.
was trying to run away and got caught. Both Corey and Terry have surrendered. Aklo is wounded, and so we're kind of out of combat, and you guys are in command of the situation at the moment. There's nothing on your cerebral cortex, so that's why I didn't fill in like sector and clone with these names, because even if you knew their names, you don't have a heads up display that that
Yeah.
tells you the name of someone when you're looking at them or anything like that. So I only gave them these names because that will help us refer to them and keep things straight.
Okay,
All right.
so,
So
if we're huddling, I'll start us off.
yeah, go for it.
I don't mind shooting these guys and taking their drugs, or shooting these guys and leaving their drugs. I don't really care. The problem I have is old Scrubbot. I'm a little concerned once we get out of here, if we don't handle things right, Scrubbot will whether he wants to or not, he'll just upload what happened to friend computer.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we've done everything that we're supposed to do, and one thing that I think of is that we should send Scrubbot back there to tell about who these people are, and then they can get cleaned up by a friend computer.
We should also.
And then Scrubbot will no longer be depressed, and then we've mission accomplished.
We
That might be
also
the.
we also need to get aid for Ukla the Mock.
Mm.
We need
Well,
to get
you
Ukla the
know-
Mock back to Princess Ariel or Thundar.
Undar the Barbarian.
But as I see it, we've done absolutely zero things wrong in this instance.
Well,
I don't see
We do that.
what could we have done wrong.
Well,
about
you're right.
that?
I think you're right. We do that, or we have to kill them all, even the Scrubbot.
No, I think we're good.
Yeah,
if
'cause you
we lost Scrubbot, yeah.
Well, no,
We lost
Steve's right.
Scrub-
We haven't done anything wrong yet.
Exactly.
Well-
and so I think we should. What?
then I think we ought to beat these two, and they'll point over at the douchebags across the way. I think we ought to beat these two into unconsciousness, and then bind them and take them back with the other asshole over there, the one that Scrubbot's got. Maybe we we throw that douchebag Wesley's body over the top of Scrubbot, like we just hunted a deer or something. Send a message to the other commies.
Let Scrubbot report as a third party
Might as well.
advisor.
But yeah, either way, these boys are gonna have to go night night.
Well, Scrubbot and I could, bring help or something, or do you think we need to bring everybody? One thing I'm concerned with.
I'm a little concerned with letting you go off on your own. Number one.
Oh well, you can come with me.
I don't want to go with you. Number two,
Oh, okay.
I don't really relish the idea of just sitting around waiting with my junk in my hand.
Why would you have your junk in your hand?
Because nothing else to do. Don't tell me my business, boy.
Let's see. All right.
So wait, out of character, Ugla, the girl, is
Ugla.
Aklo, yeah.
yeah,
Ugla.
okay. She's wounded, but she's on our side.
Yeah.
Well, she's been in your party.
No. Yeah, Akla's not
But-
on our side.
She's
Well,
been
when
with
you-
us. Go ahead,
Yeah. When you witnessed this deal, she was on one side of the deal. They were
Yeah.
exchanging these two crates, right? There's
Yeah.
two pallets. There's two pallets full of stuff that I don't think have been fully investigated, but
Yeah.
one of them is full of the China ultraviolet, according to these two guys, and she was on their side of the deal, but
So
she was
she's
also
not
part
good.
of your party, and Wesley was also part of your party.
Yeah,
I
but
believe those were the two.
he was a douchebag.
Yeah, the only good people are the five of us.
Exactly.
I'm counting
Five of us.
Scrubbot. I'm counting Scrubbot as well.
Gotcha.
Okay, well,
Exactly.
I'm up for whatever. You can see Hendo Liquor One's starting to get a little fidgety with his pistol.
Let's see what's in that other crate. What the heck?
All right, here's what we'll do. Mike Ike, you investigate the other crate.
All right.
And Hendo
go.
Liquor and I will go and knock these assholes out. And Steve, you stay back here and do Steve things.
What do you mean by that?
Be yourself. Surely you're itching to tell somebody how to do their job. Just follow your dreams. Just stay out of our way while we do ours.
I will cover you
All right.
in case you mess up.
So I'll
All right.
I'll motion for Hendo Liquor to come with me, and I'll try to knock out this Nancy boy here on the left.
Hey, make sure you do it with a smile.
I am so happy right now and filled with joy.
And don't
Thank
make a
you.
mess. Don't make a mess.
Well, I put my
I'm
red
filled
glove on
with this.
before I
Okay.
slap the shit out of.
Okay, so
Parents or
I
whatever.
would think knocking a guy out who's already submitted to you would be, I would say, either violence and melee or violence and athletics.
I'm
You
good
can
with
pick.
I'm good with violence and melee.
All right.
I'm having
so I
a
think
little
you
bit of a
click.
hard time opening up my character sheet.
Uh-oh. Is everyone?
No.
No,
mine's
I'm
Oh.
well into mine. Oh, you remember yeah, go ahead, sorry.
You gotta. So you would click the melee or whatever it is first. Yeah. Okay. 3 successes. He's out. Okay. Hendo, are you still having trouble?
Yeah, when I go to my Hendo R Liquor One sheet,
Click on where it says melee, and then it's going to pop up a little window. And when it does, click violence.
No. I don't even get a character sheet.
Oh Jesus! Maybe John kicked you out and didn't tell you.
Yeah, that's a rough way to tell somebody you don't want to play with them anymore.
Hi. Yeah, it opens for me.
Okay, I'm gonna close
Ah.
out of Roll20, and I'll be right back. That's probably the easiest way to try and fix this. Is this gonna mess
Yeah,
up?
let's try that.
Discord won't mess up,
Discord is not connected to Roll20
Yeah.
in any way.
so I shouldn't get out of.
Don't tell him we can still see him. I bet he starts
Sync
picking his
record.
nose. I told you. Ha ha.
All right, so I am back in. Okay, I have a sheet now.
Chris,
Yeah,
hit.
all I had was a white
Mhm.
block. Okay, so we were
Alright.
talking about melee and
Violence.
violence. So I click on melee, violence. All right.
No
So-
No
successes. All right.
successes.
Would you like
So-
me to help you? I know you're a little worked up right now, Mike. or
Yeah,
Hendo
I
Echo.
should have just shot him. Yeah, I
No,
kind
no,
of
we're-
look over at you and just like, little help here, kind of.
Hey,
Yeah, no, I
Can
can.
you do this?
I'll be happy.
Terry says, "Dude, you're not even going to try the ultraviolet China, dude."
Night night.
Okay, roll again.
I did. I got one
Oh, I didn't
success.
see it. Sorry. One success. Okay. That'll work. I got a weird echo. Do you guys hear that echo?
I do.
See,
It's livable. It's not killing me or anything.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I'll
I
look
don't know what
over
I'm
at
doing wrong.
I'll look over at Hendo and say maybe let's go check on Ukla.
and I kind of, I'll nod and yep. And then as we're walking off, I'm gonna slap the guy that you just put down, just kind of make me feel better.
Well, they're commies and junkies.
I think they're capitalists. I think that's who they said they were.
Oh, I'm sure they are, but they're also commies. Don't you understand in the context of the game Chris had?
Oh yeah. I was thinking that they said they were part of some capitalist group or something. I can't remember what it was.
They're
Chris,
part of the People's Communist Judean Front.
Chris, it looks like you're about to give a dramatic reading from 1001 Erotic Nights by Kenny Rogers.
I wish you would.
Let me go get it.
Don't give me that. You know it by heart.
Okay.
I found out this week, in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, when like you first see John Candy, he's reading that book, The Canadian Mounted.
I don't even remember.
It's like a smut book. It's got like a quasi naked girl on the front cover, ready to be mounted. Anyway,
Yeah,
that they actually
that's
made
hilarious.
that book, and
Of
that's
course.
that's the cover of the book, but inside it's like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles trivia.
Oh, that's cool.
I would read that at the airport. No.
Steve,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You shouldn't just stand there and cover us.
Just watching you guys knock them out. Good job.
Golf clap?
What did I find in the crates while they were, beating up people? No.
If
Yeah,
you
let's-
guys can hear me, give me just a second. I gotta fix this audio
Okay.
issue.
I can hear you now, but you're like distant.
So
I bet it's
far
smut
away.
books. Crates and crates of smut books.
What about this guy that Scrubbot has? We're gonna knock him out too.
He's pretty immobilized, right? He's like covered in
he's being held by
expanding
Scrubbot.
foam.
Yep.
He looks wheels off. I kind of want to get to know this guy.
a cigar in his mouth? What is that? It's something in it.
I don't know.
I think it's a soul patch in the other side of his mouth.
Feel like it's a hungover iced tea covered in foam.
Foam. Yeah, that's it.
I'm zooming in.
Jonathan's like, "Where's my summer sausage? Where's my cheese? Where are my crackers?"
Woman, cheese board now.
Woman cheese board now.
I'm joining the city that Hagar's in.
Oh yeah, I like that too.
What's that?
Your background.
Your backdrop.
Oh, the Cloud City type thing.
Yeah, I'm joining it. At least I'm trying to join it.
No, it's there.
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah. Hi, John. I'm like right next to you in space.
You're on the building over.
You're right below me, John. I'm gonna poop on you.
No, John. No.
It's gonna be so big. Oh, it's like a baby's arm. Oh.
Baby's arm.
Holding an apple.
I like your man cave, John. It's nice and organized. It's not a junky garage like mine.
I started redoing my man cave New Year's Day.
I don't have a man cave.
Your whole house is a man cave.
Well, technically, but it's also got a definite theme in here. Like when Ma first got it, she put a whole big Native American theme in here. So what do I have for decor? You've been to my apartment. I have superhero statues.
You
Nice.
do.
And
Now you have dream catchers.
and I was telling, no, not really, but I was telling Ma, I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, where am I supposed to put that stuff? Because I can't put it out because it doesn't really go with the theme you have in here. And she was like, you don't like the theme? And I said, no, it's a great theme. It works for the house. I'm just saying it's not, I can't put Ben Grimm next to, these pictures of these Plains warriors over here. It doesn't really.
Get a statue of the Apache.
I think you just wrote a whole new comic series where Ben Grimm goes back and fights with the Plains Warriors.
Time traveling Ben Grimm is canon. He was actually Blackbeard in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. In first Doctor Doom story.
Who was the Apache in the Justice League? Get a statue of him.
That was Apache Chief. He was in the cartoon.
Apache Chief.
Not
What do you
really.
say? Grow.
Nookchuk.
Yeah, all the statues and the busts I have are Marvel characters, so he's not.
That's a different world. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different universe.
Universe. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Apache Chief.
We could hear you that whole
God
time.
has
You just
spoken.
didn't want to talk.
Yeah, well, I was having a ridiculous echo even when you guys were talking.
I blame Chris Head.
All right.
I blame Chris.
Chris.
Touche. Okay, so 2 of our comrades have been rendered unconscious, and what
2 of
is-
their comrades.
Are they
Not my
comrades?
comrade. Because they're commies.
fellow citizens of Alpha Complex?
There you go.
Okay, what are Mike and Steve doing during this time?
I was going through the crates, that are not drugs.
Yeah.
That are not drugs.
I'll join Mike.
Okay,
That are not drugs.
That's how Chris Head plays every game. He'll tell you what's in the crates, John.
Yeah, no need to plan on what's in the crates. He'll let you know what's in there.
Okay.
Silver ingot. Silver ingots.
No, I'd say something
These
along
silver
the
ingots.
lines of brains and science might tell you what's in the crates.
And Chris Head is like, no, I don't need that. What I find is I find 16,500 in cash and a copy of Penthouse, July 1972.
That's a good issue.
I'm looking it up.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Did they have
Alright,
Penthouse in
can you give me
1972?
Okay.
I just threw out a random date. It's not a oh hey, let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat moment.
Okay. Let's
Yeah?
focus back on roll 20
Yes.
for a minute, and let's see that
Yeah.
roll.
I sure did.
All right, I'm trying to remember how I
So-
roll.
So click on science and then brains, unless you can convince me
Oh.
of a different skill or step.
Let's see. Just got to find science. Oh,
It's
there it is.
on the
See it
top
All
of
right.
the second column.
column.
So click it, and a little
Could
menu
it
will
be?
open
Could
up.
it be operate? You know, something I have to operate with. You know,
Operate is
something I can-
literally vehicles or machines.
yeah.
let's-
Thank
You're-
you, Chris. Thank you for telling me how to play this game. Thank you.
You're rifling through essentially a chest.
I mean, if it's gear, maybe I know how to I mean, maybe it's something you have to operate with. So is
No, it
it
looks
that
like a-
kind of thing?
Looks like a pallet full of stuff. Nothing here
Okay.
to
All
operate.
right. Science it is. Using my brains. And there I go.
Oh God.
Ooh. 2 successes with help from friend computer. Okay.
Yeah, but
So
my
that-
computer's not here. Is
No, but something goes wrong because of the 6 that you rolled. So, yeah, so you rolled a 6, 3, 3. So I'm gonna say that that you go to cut open this pallet, which is kind of sealed up,
right.
and in the process you bust open some of the contents of the pallet accidentally. So in the process of opening it, some liquid spills out,
Ooh.
and
Ew.
and what you discover in the process is that this is a pallet full of containers of very strong cleaner. So it's like some kind of cleaning solvent in they're in like 1-gallon jugs that are all shrink wrapped into this pallet. But now that you've opened it, you see that it's just full of containers of what appear to be cleaning solvent.
It's probably drug fixins.
Gotcha. Hey, seems to be cleaning solvent over here.
Maybe see if Scrubbot knows what it is.
Okay. Hey, Scrubbot. I'm gonna grab a jug. That's
Oh,
Easy, killer. This is a family stream.
Yay! Mr. Penthouse?
Damned.
exactly. I'll grab one of the containers that has not been ruptured, and take it over.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Scrubbot, does this look familiar?
Okay. So he kind of puts a probe into the
Oh,
he puts a probe into the cleaner and samples
Into the jug.
the fluid. Let's see what he did.
Jonathan, the wheels are off.
He puts a
I know
probe
Hagar's feeling terrible because
between
he's
the
not
jugs
biting on
that
any
you
of this.
proffered him. Yeah. And he says, this tastes like Lunamax. It's just some Lunamax cleaning fluid. This is great stuff. If you want to clean graffiti off of the walls, if you want to clean grease stains,
Or if you
blood
want to huff it
stains,
and get high like a commie.
Is there any bad effects on human breathing or skin?
Physiology, I think, is the word you're looking for.
No, I don't think so. This is pretty harmless to humans. It smells pretty
okay.
strong, but no, I don't think you can get high off this.
Sounds like they might have been trying to rip these honkies off, these guys off.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Mhm,
cool. I'll go
mhm.
put the
Yeah.
go put the jug back. Or the jug back.
I think
Was that all that was in there?
I think Wesley may be better off dead. I think we maybe did him a favor.
Mm.
Does that look like that's everything that's in that on that pallet? Just these jugs?
Yeah,
No
yeah,
copper.
it's all
Okay.
seems to
They
be
got-
the same stuff.
The guys we knocked out were buying the drugs, right? Or they selling the drugs?
No, they were selling the drugs.
These are sellers.
Yeah, that's the ironic part. Is yeah, the guys that seemed more high, they were selling drugs.
They were
They're selling
selling.
their surplus.
Trying to keep some for
Apparently,
themselves.
exchanging it for cleaning fluid.
Looks like they were about to rip off
Whoa, okay.
poor
I'm
Dad
lost.
Wes.
So the pallets of cleaning fluid are what they were trading the drugs for?
No, we found legit
Yes.
drugs also. I thought.
Yeah,
Well, legit
Yeah,
drugs
so-
are probably yeah. The druggies
Yeah,
had the
so there's-
drugs. They were selling it to the other guys for cleaning fluid, and you may be correct that it might have been fixins to make more drugs.
They had some flash drugs just for the deal, so that idiot Wes and his soapy friend over there would see it and think they were getting sold real legit goods, and then they were going to swap them out for all this cleaning stuff. You hear me, hillbilly? And he'll yell over there at the guy with the soapy head.
No, okay,
I'm
but I
still
don't think
lost.
you get that. I don't think you get that impression. So there were the far out side that seemed to be always high on something, and that's Aklo and Corey and Terry. And on their side, they were actually trading this this pallet of white organic powder. And then on the other side, they had cleaning fluid that they were trading for the white organic powder, and that was Wesley and Roland's side.
Oh,
So Wesley's dead, and Roland was giving them cleaning supplies for drugs.
Yeah, seems
And
like
that's the guy with soap on his head.
yeah, only
Is
because he
he-
got sprayed down by the
Yeah.
scrub.
Is he awake?
Yeah, he's dangling. The scrubbot's still holding him up in the air.
I'm gonna kind of jog over to him, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
slap him with my red hand glove, which is not on my hand now. It's just loose in my hand. I'm gonna slap him with it, and I'm gonna say, "What in the hell's going on here? You're trading good cleaning supplies for dope?"
Yeah, well, there's we believe in free enterprise, but there's there's not really cash that we can trade down here, man. So we trade what we got. And what we got is cleaning supplies. They're willing to pay. Works out. I don't know why you guys are making such a big deal out of it.
Well, this is just messed up, man. That's good cleaning supplies. What are these guys gonna do with it? And what are you gonna do with all that dope?
Well, it's got value somewhere else. So value's value. We just trade. We believe in free trade.
you're gonna watch it
That's
get
how we
carried
do
away
it,
by the
man.
popo. That's what you're gonna do.
And so you mean to tell us these druggies over here were trying to get cleaning supplies and give up some of their drugs for cleaning supplies?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have cash because there's no such thing as cash. We can't create credits because
Okay, well, Steve's
the
gonna walk
computer-
over here and
computer tracks that.
Steve's gonna walk over here and try to rouse this guy right here, slap him a little bit, see if he can wake him up.
Sorry, which guy again?
The green guy, and the whoever's closer, just kind of try to
Okay.
rouse him.
Okay.
And say, what was going on? Were you trying to get cleaning supplies for your drugs? Did you? Was that what you were
Um,
down here for? Collapse them around a little
um,
bit.
okay, so he gradually wakes up. Um, he yeah, he says, "Well, yeah, man, we got so much China ultraviolet that we just want to share, man. I don't see what the big deal is.
For cleaning
Computer's not watching
supplies?
down here. Well, we were trading with free enterprise. It's just what they had, man. We can't trade for credits because um, then the computer would be watching.
Okay, then
Yeah.
he looks at his buddies, Mike, Hendo, and Brewhammer. I don't know what the fuck. What the
This
fuck
stuff,
is this?
this stuff is so
Let's
awesome,
just
man. You should try it.
So
let's turn these guys in. Call it a day.
Eh, we
Brewhammer's
should
been over
probably kill them
here
all.
Yeah,
check
Brewhammer's checking.
checking on Ukla over here to make sure Ukla's not bleeding out
Cool.
or anything before he talks
Um,
to her.
she's she's more out of it than somebody who's been punched out and then revived in the last few minutes.
All right.
So she's not fully with it. She's got burns from laser fire, but um, yeah, so she's not 100% with it, but she's
He's just
not unconscious,
he's
and
what
she's not bleeding out.
okay, all right, yeah, he just wants to make sure she's like stable. But she's not
Yeah,
conscious.
she is. Her eyes are open.
Okay. He's gonna look at her and kind of snap his fingers in front of her face, try to get her attention. Say, Ukla, Ukla, listen, listen, all right? You've been pretty straight with us so far. It doesn't have to go down bad for you. All right? You can decide your own kind of narrative as to what was going down in here. All right? Now Wesley's dead. Wesley was an asshole. You don't ever have to worry about being paired up with that guy again. I know you didn't even really like him to begin with. All right?
Yeah, she kind of shrugs.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
still minimally responsive, but she shrugged at that.
So, here's the story. These guys we're trying to sell drugs to Wesley and his junkie friend over there. All right. You got caught in the crossfire. You got hit. I killed Wesley. That's how all this went down. You got me? Not if you understand.
she looks forlorn over for a second there. She looks forlorn over at Corey and Terry. Then she looks back at you and nods.
And he's like, "Yeah, I get it. They may be your friends and all, but they're going down. Somebody's got to burn for all this, and it's not going to be you or me. Am I clear? We good? All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Just sit tight. Try not to move or anything. We don't know what kind of internal injuries you might have. All right. All right. Just get some rest, and we'll call for the computer cops.
Okay.
I'm just standing there.
I say we tie him up.
Is
Yeah,
that
at the very least, yeah.
is that guy that Steve woke up? Is he still conscious?
Yeah. Still
Steve, is your
conscious.
guy conscious?
Yeah,
Alright.
he's. Hey. Well, why do you have to do this in hiding?
Hey, can I go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and load up everything on Scrubbot. If is there enough room on Scrubbot to put all the pallets of stuff?
I'm gonna say no. There's 2 full pallets of stuff,
Mhm.
and maybe the Scrubbot could hold almost one, almost a full pallet if you.
I mean-
Do it. I'll load up half of each and put them on there.
He's still carrying
No, man.
He's still carrying
You
a
don't-
dude. Go ahead, Hendo Liquor.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh,
You don't want to be walking out of here holding all them drugs. If anything, we'll carry the soap. Load the scrub bot up with the drugs.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right, and
I mean, it's
Yeah.
up to you, but I ain't touching that crystal dream.
I'll look over at Steve, and who had just asked this dude, "Why were you doing all this in hiding?" And I'm gonna look at Steve and say, "Hang on, hippie, let me answer this one for you." And then I'll look at Steve and say, "Because it was illegal. That's
So, okay.
that's why they were doing it, in a
Lots of
subversive
things
fashion."
are illegal, man. The
All right,
computer's not watching down here.
I'm knocking him out again.
Okay, but you got to roll for it, even if you have like 100%
Oh ho
chance of
ho!
success.
Oh,
Ho 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 ho!
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh, there's no friend computer, or you would have killed the guy with that punch. Okay, he knocks out cleanly.
Oh wow.
It would be
5
unkind of
successes.
me to let him remain conscious and fret and worry and feel stress over his impending incarceration. So yeah, I knocked him out.
Okay. All right. Yep. He's knocked out clean. So Mike can get about maybe 80 to 90% of the drugs onto the scrub bot. The rest just
Cool.
won't fit because you're kind of like piling it around. He's still using his appendage to hold up Roland.
so the
Gotcha.
foam is not restricting Roland?
No, it was
Okay.
before, but now it's just kind of he's just kind of covered in it while he's being dangled in the air.
On the
Okay.
upside,
His feet haven't hit the ground in like 10 minutes.
on the
He's just
upside,
being
the
held.
cops won't have to spray this asshole down when they throw him in the clink.
Or lice.
Yeah, they won't have to
So,
delouse him.
So, fellas, what are we
He's
doing? We
gross.
gonna let this scrub bot go up and tell friend computer what happened?
I say we all go.
We'll all go. Yeah. And we'll sing a song about happy computer. Let me start.
yeah, at this point, we've done nothing wrong. At this point, we have honored friend computer.
Exactly.
Well, we should
The
keep it
scrub
that
bot.
way.
All right. Exactly.
Brewhammer will look at Hendo Looker and say, "I'll stay back and make sure that the scene's contained here. Make sure these two assholes don't wander off. Make sure that for whatever reason we don't come back with cops and these two are dead. You know what I mean? In case there's a grander conspiracy here. Why don't you stick with me?
Okay.
All right. That way, Steve and Mike Ike will be out there with the drugs.
Okay.
All right." And he'll yell off at the other
Okay.
two. "We're gonna stay back here with these unconscious assholes and Nucla."
All right. I'll
All
grab
right.
a couple of bottles of cleaning solution,
Okay.
and we'll walk on back.
All right. And Steve?
I'm not gonna get any cleaning solution. I'm just gonna follow him
But
up.
you'll follow Mike?
Yep.
Okay. And what is Scrubbot doing at your
Scrubbot's
quarters?
coming with us.
Okay. So the Scrubbot has
Scrubbot, come on over.
So the Scrubbot has most of the China Ultraviolet, and then Steve has a few. Sorry, Mike has a few drugs of the cleaning fluid.
Scrubbot's like,
And you guys.
"Up yours, bitches! It's my dope now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be rich. Woo!"
All right. So then, so I'll say that Steve and Mike and the Scrubbot move out of the scene for the moment. So they're going down the hall
And then,
back.
yeah.
Back. Back the way they were. They were going, and Roland is still being carried by the Scrubbat, right?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and gag Roland while I'm at it.
How do you gag him?
right.
I need
I'll sit-
I need to hear this.
I'll sit there at the jugs and then and gag Roland.
With what?
Then I'll pick the jugs back up.
Maybe that's athletics, charm.
All right, I'll say that you successfully gag Roland, and you guys move on out of this scene.
I'm surprised he
let's
didn't
hear what-
argue for it to
Alrighty.
be operate. Smooth operator.
Yeah, you got to operate that bandana when you tie it around someone's mouth. Okay.
Tell us more, Stokes. How do
Sing,
you make sure people
singing
can't
a
talk?
gleeful song. Singing a gleeful song about Frank Computer. Teach
All right,
Steve
we'll
the
come back.
words.
Oh, friend computer, we love you so.
Do I want to know what
That's
you're
good.
petting off
Exactly.
camera?
Friend
Exactly.
computer.
Steve.
All right. So Hendo and Brewhammer hear this beautiful song as half the party exits the room.
And
What
I'll look.
happens in
I'll
the
look
room?
over at Mike Ike and say, and that's exactly why I said, "Hey, why don't you hang back here with me?" I didn't necessarily want to suffer that up close.
You look at me or Mike Ike.
No, I'm looking at you, Hendo.
Oh,
okay.
I'm gone. I'm out of the
Oh.
scene.
Yeah,
to
he's
Hendo.
they're gone. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
told us we're
It's
listening to
just
them singing
us and some knocked out dudes.
and Ukula.
Us and some chunk.
And Aklu, who's still sort of conscious.
So we just gonna wait here and make sure nothing happens to these guys?
Yeah, yeah. Just in case there's more than meets the eye, I didn't want to come back and find everyone else here dead. And
Sure.
Ukla. Maybe Ukla's, just a good person who made a bad choice. I'm willing to give Ukla the benefit of the doubt, mostly because I could tell she didn't like that asshole Wesley either.
Well,
But
while we're waiting, do you think? I mean, if you want to stand over them with a pistol or something, I'll check their. I'll pat them down, make sure they don't have green and yellow guns and
yeah,
any contraband on them.
yeah. So I'll swivel my tactical laser rifle over at them to kind of cover Hendo Liquor while he rifles through their clothes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys will have corresponding weaponry that we can't use.
Don't get stuck by a drug needle, yeah?
Oh yeah, I better put on my rubber glove, my
Yeah.
red rubber glove,
Yeah.
My
All right.
red rubber glove.
and
Okay.
I'll pull it down like a proctology glove, and I'm gonna check these guys. I want to make sure we don't end up getting shot in the back by one of the two of them.
Be thorough. Make sure they're not armed.
Okay. So you see that both of them have holsters where they once had pistols, but both holsters are empty.
Was
You
it filled?
see,
Is it filled with like candy and shit now? Chips?
No, they're both empty. You do see Corey's yellow laser pistol nearby, but you don't see Terry's green pistol anywhere around.
Nothing else that I find on their bodies of import.
Not really, no.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Brewhammer and say, "Care if I kick this pistol over the edge?"
No, and see if you can find this other asshole's pistol. This green asshole.
Cool. So I'll kick the yellow pistol off the gantry. Hopefully, we can hear it go clang, clang, clang.
This will save me
Maybe
from having.
nowhere.
This will save me from having to break their fingers or wrists.
Sure.
Yeah, so they're kind of on the catwalk, but under the catwalk, the ground is tubular, I guess. So the pistol kind of slides down to the middle. It's a long way from Corey, so you don't feel like he could get to it, but it's not like gone forever. It doesn't fall,
okay. Okay.
It's really like a big cylinder that has catwalks on the side. So But yeah, I'd say you look around, you don't see any other pistols around there. Um, there are on the other side of the catwalk. There are dead bodies. So you see Wesley, and he has a yellow pistol. So there's another yellow pistol on the other side of the catwalk by a dead body that you know to be Wesley, and then there's another green rifle on that side
But there's
uh,
only. Sorry,
with the
I didn't mean to.
carnage. Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
didn't mean to
okay.
interrupt.
Yeah, it's just like all the carnage from the gunfight.
But there's only one dead body over there.
No, there's two. There's Wesley who's wearing a yellow uniform, and there's another green uniform.
Did I kill both of those guys? I know I killed Wesley, but did I kill the other guy too?
I think
Cool.
so, or
Cool.
somebody did in the fight. You guys don't quite remember. You shot a lot of people and hit a lot of people. Um,
Sounds like me.
but by that point, there was gunfire from both sides, and it was pretty chaotic.
Well, I'm gonna say no.
What was that?
One of us should go check those bodies. I don't know that we got to make sure they're even dead, and then make sure they don't have any weapons. The other one too, Bruhammer Zukla. Does she have a gun?
Do I see a gun on Ukla?
Yeah, you never saw one.
Okay. I don't think she's ever had a gun.
So Ukla was talking to two guys. This is like way flashback, but Ukla was talking to two guys who ran off down a corridor, and one of them got away, and the other was Roland who got caught.
Heads up though,
So
I remember there was another dude that like ran down one of the tunnels. So, keep your head on a swivel. If this dude comes back, we need to either kill him or knock him out.
But he comes back with extras. Let me try and sneak over to the other side real quick and make sure these two are dead.
If you need to, put a bullet in Wesley's head. Just to make sure.
All right.
World's not going to miss him.
So, that's dark.
He was an asshole, dude.
I'm gonna
What
roll
was his
a.
color? What was Wesley's color?
Craven, coward.
he was yellow.
He was yellow.
I'm
Craven,
gonna.
He was
I'm gonna work my
coward
way over
yellow.
there, and
Craven
I'm gonna
yellow.
I'm gonna roll a d6. High, I'm gonna put a bullet in his head. Okay. I'm gonna get over there, and I'm looking for weaponry. I'm looking for anything else, making sure this other guy's dead, and then I will put a bullet in Wesley's head.
And I'm going to spit on the ground as I watch and say a quiet prayer about something about being my brother's keeper.
And hear the lamentation of the women.
Okay. All right. Let's flash over to Mike and Steve. Even though I'm not going to put any visuals for this, but you guys are going kind of back down the corridor that you came into this maintenance tunnel, which has an elevator that you take up.
Okay.
And so you guys have a scrub bot, you have Roland. The scrub bot is carrying a whole bunch of China ultraviolet, and then Mike has 2 jugs of cleaning fluid.
Does the scrub bot have like a pimp hat as he's walking down the tunnel? Does he have a cane?
Nope. He's just a utility bot that's laid with drugs. Although he has he does kind of have grandiose visions of himself.
Well, Steve wants to ask him, how's he feeling? Because he was depressed, right? After the change.
He's thinking like, I broke up a drug deal, and I'm gonna be the man when I tell Brent Computer about this. So he's feeling
Darn
pretty good
straight
about
you
himself.
are.
All right.
Yeah, you are the man. I'm telling you. Twice as much as the scrub bot one. I'm telling you.
Oh.
Twice. That's what that 2 stands for.
Yeah, he doesn't He doesn't. You can tell in his eyes he doesn't believe you, but he wants to believe you.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Let me know when we get our heads up display back. Or
Okay, so you take the elevator up, and when the door opens, then you instantly have your heads up display, and you could tell from that I guess you can tell that Roland, who was blank before, you knew his name was Roland because of no reason at all. Um, but it fills in to Roland G ZZA 3. So that's how you know that something is back online.
Okay.
Because people's
Our names are populating in our heads up.
people's names start showing up as you're looking at them.
Gotcha.
Same for Scrubbot 002 and things like that.
Friend computer, we have something to report. Can you help us?
Okay, and then
this ought to be good.
out of the wall, a like a teletype comes out, and you see like printed on the teletype in the an amber LED display. It says, "What can I do for you, citizen?"
Would you call this an Amber Alert?
And you have to like type on there. There's no audio. It just
Okay.
He's not green.
Gotcha. I type in the into the computer that Scrubbot 2 helped uncover some secret deal of two factions that were trading cleaning fluid for, I think they said they're called drugs. I'm not sure what they are, but that can we get some help? Question mark.
Certainly, citizen. Thank you for reporting. This is typing out in there. Please stand by. So, okay, then let's cut back to the maintenance tunnel where Hendo and Brewhammer are watching over these two unconscious and one semi-conscious citizen.
And one dead.
Well, at least one dead, yeah.
Two dead. Yeah.
Okay, have I made it over to the other side?
Yeah. You're checking out Wesley's side and the carnage over there.
So if I find any weapons, I think I'll toss them down into the culvert.
Throw them down like they're Palpatine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do find several weapons. Same, as described. You find, yellow pistol, green laser rifle.
Okay. No gun that could have been Terrence's or whatever his name is.
Terrence?
We only found the green guy on the other side. This guy.
Oh, Roland.
No, not Roland.
This dude over here.
The guy next to Brew. Yeah.
With the South Korean model hair.
Terry. No, Terry. You don't see. Yeah, Terry had a holster for a green pistol, but no, you haven't seen that anywhere, including on the other side.
Okay. So I'll throw whatever weapons I find. I don't find anything else on their bodies.
No.
Hey, I will.
On the other side. Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't find anything. Don't find anything unusual.
Okay, I'll. No, I'm not gonna shoot Wesley in the head. They're both dead, though, right?
No, they're unconscious.
Not
Oh,
your
he's talking about
guys,
Wesley.
my guys.
Oh,
I'm over with Wesley and some other person we've never seen.
Sure. And what are you doing there?
I'm making
Sorry?
sure they're dead, right? They're like, there's
Yeah.
no pulse, there's no,
No.
they're
Yeah,
cold.
they seem completely dead. Yeah,
Okay,
killed by laser fire, as far as you can tell.
okay. Then I'm gonna head back over to where Brewhammer is, and
Okay.
I'm gonna tell Brewhammer, well, those two aren't gonna get up and start shooting anytime soon.
good,
Although,
because that one guy was an asshole.
do we
The
understand that when we die, clones come out of character?
Do you guys are? Yes, you do. Um, well, okay, so that would be consistent with your experience with the party up to a point, right? So, um, so you've seen people die and people reappear, people die and reappear through your life of your entire life of both days,
you
Yeah,
watched me
okay.
kill Steve.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
yeah.
However, in this dead zone, that seems to have not happened, right? You've seen people die and not reappear, and die and not reappear.
Right. So I'm gonna bring that up to Brewhammer. Like, I hope we're safe from these guys coming back. Oh, from those guys over there coming back alive.
Well,
But at least we got rid of their guns. Maybe if they came back, they wouldn't have guns.
if the
I don't.
computer can't see us down here, the computer may not have realized they needed to clone that jackass. And the
Yeah,
world's a better place for it.
I hope that's right.
Okay. All right. Cool. Um, yeah. Then I would say this might be a good place to take a break. I would say you've found what you're going to find down here. So the pistol of Terry G is not to be found, and um,
Terry G. He even had a dealer name.
I think that's a saxophone player name.
Terry G, no, not Kenny G, it's Terry G.
That saxophone player.
Far out, man. Um, yeah.
The
Only
So
good
that's
saxophone player, as far as Chris is concerned.
Yes.
so. Are you guys down in the maintenance tunnel going to just wait for cavalry and watch over
Yeah,
until the others fetch help?
we're locking the area down and making sure the guy that got away doesn't come back and try to ambush us or kill his friends or anybody else.
Cool. Okay.
Because he's probably going to be wanted for drug dealing soon.
Okay. Then we'll say he doesn't come back, and the others do eventually bring the cavalry to stabilize the situation. So let's take a break here, and then
All right.
we'll pick up and resolve like this scene and the other scene.
All right.
Um,
I'm going to go get
Alrighty.
another
so
Dr.
let's-
Pepper Zero and some pudding.
all right. Yeah.
Pudding.
Let's be back in 5 minutes or so.
All right.
Is 5 minutes enough time for pudding?
Oh, for sure.
There's always time for pudding.
Is that enough?
see my little heater.
Yeah,
Hello?
I saw you hooked up your little heater.
Yeah.
Your little
Oh,
hot
that-
mama.
I bet I have COVID.
Man, that sucks, Edgar. I'm sorry.
I'm almost through it. It's just I usually don't get sick, and
Yeah.
So one of these new medicines they got me on is something called Ozempic,
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen the commercial.
and the doctor was like, I hadn't heard of it, and at first I'm thinking, oh, it's one of these things that's probably got a commercial. It's like, some users,
Ozempic.
okay,
You know.
and it's like, I figured it was one of those things with like commercials where they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you may experience sudden side effects like death.
Or ass bleeding, or
Yeah, or something
yeah.
like that, So I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I've never heard of it. And she says, well, it can replace 2 of the medications you're taking right now. And I was like, all right. And she said, now, just as a heads up, you may experience some weight loss. And I was like, well, don't threaten me with a good time. But since I've been on it, which I started almost 1 week ago, I've lost like 12 pounds.
Badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the
I was gonna say,
celebrities are using Ozempic to lose weight.
Oh,
you look pretty good, Trey.
I feel pretty good. As I stuff my face with
With pudding,
zero
tapioca.
No, it's vanilla pudding. Zero calorie, sugar free, no tranny fats.
So on your Twitch channel,
Yeah.
I think you need to set up a way that people can buy you pudding.
Well, we'll see.
I will join Twitch, set up an account, do the whole ball of wax, just so I can send you random pudding on different game nights.
I need to refix up my Cash App and Venmo and all that crap. I have a new bank account.
Yeah, I don't feel good about sending you tips, but man, I'd send you pudding.
What's wrong with sending me tips?
I just feel better about sending you pudding.
Venmo and Cash App are better for stuff like that. But
How's
like
the pit boss going? Pit boss
Pudding
thing.
money.
I'm not a pit boss. I haven't started that because I haven't gotten the license yet from the gaming commission.
Oh, okay.
I go in on Thursday, and then I'll be a surveillance supervisor. I'll watch people.
He'll be watching the pit bosses.
Cool. Sounds like a fun job.
I was watching you on camera. You weren't as pit bossy as you probably could have been once you work on it.
And that whole discussion you have with them, you should have while you eat pudding.
Oh yeah. Oh, you like this? I see you watching me eat this pudding. It is delicious. That's all. Goodbye. Whew. Of course, we're all back and ready to play, and Chris Head's gone.
So does he lay on a chaise lounge while he plays this game?
I don't know, but
Kinda
what is he stroking off camera? Have y'all noticed that too? Have y'all seen that? Like when he reaches like some kind of
No.
James Bond villain off to the left side
No.
of his
Is there like a white
no,
kitten
no,
or
no.
something?
of his camera, and he's like petting something off camera. Hey, Blofeld,
no,
welcome
no.
back. Chris Head, what is it that you reach off to your right side on the camera as we look at you? It's off to the left. What do you reach?
Oh, it's just
You keep reaching over and stroking something over there. You're stroking candy?
oh,
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're stroking candy?
Says the man that's eating pudding.
I don't stroke it.
The-
I put it in my mouth.
It's a family show.
Oh, geez, yeah, that was not appropriate. Anyway,
Jugs, probes,
In
putting
my mouth.
Okay.
in my
Jonathan, we return the floor back to you. As such,
Yeah.
such as it
I gotta
is.
do some kind of visual clap when I restart the recording. We'll do it right here. Like, okay, now we can start the recording. We'll just cut all of that part of the break. Okay.
I blame Chris Head.
Of course.
Okay. We're gonna say that two of our heroes reach friend computer
Heroes.
and and then eventually the cavalry show up in the form of a whole bunch of a squad of 6, we'll say, blue um, insect soldiers that come downstairs to
Insect.
arrest insect. Yeah, internal security.
Ah,
INTSEC.
Oh, I thought you
I'm
meant
not
like
familiar with the lingo.
yeah.
Yeah, they sound like insects, but they're much more fierce, and they show up and kind of pick up the bodies and escort the living, revive the unconscious, and move you all to a new location, the debriefing room, where if I can figure out how to.
My eyes are this big, pie plates,
Oh yeah.
seeing blues. I don't know. Have we ever seen a blue?
We've
I
seen
don't think I
so.
have.
we've seen this asshole before.
Yeah.
This guy's
yeah.
all
So
up
you
in our
never
business.
Yeah, you've never seen the Blues before, and they look, they have like awesome combat armor. Um, they look really cool, and they, order you around and say you go this way and you go this way, and they just seem like busy and overconfident, and they kind of command the situation. They clean up the mess, and they escort you to this briefing room where you see that Steve and Mike are already seated, and you come in and join them. And then after the 4 of you sit for a bit, then comes in Vernon, and you see the conference room table. And this is a large room with gray walls. It has kind of a 6-foot table at one end of the room, and Vernon sits at the head of the table.
Would you do me a favor, Jonathan?
Yep.
Can you double click on that guy and actually put in his name as Vernon, and then click on the nameplate, and then click on the. I can walk you how to do it. I always forget this dude's name.
It says nameplate and checked.
But you have to go up above
What do I
there
have to do?
to where there's that little circle with 3 dots on it.
Yeah.
Click on that, and then click on I think C.
Yeah.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll
I never
remember that.
saw Terry or Tracy or anyone's name either.
Yeah, it's a pain in the
Oh,
ass.
wow.
You have to do 2 things to go in for
My
people.
bad.
No, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, my mistake. So you guys can all see each other's name, and now you can
Yeah.
see Vernon's name.
Yeah, now we can see Vernon's.
Correct.
Okay. Apologies. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is Vernon YHYT2. He's been your briefer a few times and debriefer a few times. And so now he's your debriefer to question you on behalf of Friend Computer to see how your mission went. So he says, Mike, IKE, what is your. Wait a minute. Out of character. It looks like it says 1, but that's not right. You're a 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a 4.
Okay, I'll ignore that. And Vernon says, Mike Ike 4, what is your synopsis of how this mission went?
Okay. Let me see, 1 second. Well, while ensuring that everybody, we're in happiness related activities, while maintaining their duties, the morale of everyone was quite well, and we did along the way, identify and eliminate any lack of happiness, while performing our duties, and I was there to try to provide assistance and counseling, even to Scrubbot 2, as we performed our duties. At the end of our duties, we seemed to Scrubbot 2 seemed to have uncovered some kind of secret deal. And lovely thing about it is that Scrubbot 2 now has a better sense of confidence going forward. So we were able to succeed in getting a Scrubbot 2 out of the doldrum. There was some kind of firefight that ensued, but Frank Computer's steadfast Brewhammer was able to quell the resistance and bring everything into hand. Is there any other details you might need, Mr. Vernon?
Is there anything you would add to that, Hindo Wicker 1?
Well, Mr. Yellow Vernon, I just would like to add that we were so pleased to have the opportunity to get rid of vile drugs and vile drug peddling people to help save the good citizens of Alpha Complex. What a wonderful opportunity to be able to help the citizens and Friend Computer.
Interesting. Okay. Brewhammer WTF, what would you say to accusations that you killed multiple people, including Wesley, in an attempt to win favor from Friend Computer?
Well,
Doing this towards Brewhammer. Smile.
I wasn't attempting to curry favor with Friend Computer. I was doing what I believe Friend Computer would want done when coming across a criminal drug deal down in sections of Alpha Complex where apparently there is a gap in what Friend Computer can and cannot see.
Wesley shot first, man.
Yes, Wesley started the hostilities with us. We just finished them.
Interesting.
And he did it gleefully.
I did it with joy in my heart.
Exactly, for Friend Computer and everyone in Alpha Complex. I saw him do it.
I was happy when I did it.
So, Mike Ike, you saw him shoot at a high-ranked member of Alpha Complex, and you did nothing in retaliation. Can you explain yourself?
Well, for one thing, I am completely useless in a fight. But what I could do was work with Scrubbot 2 to be able to help quell anybody that tried to escape. Any of these secret ne'er-do-wells. And so I did my best, sir. But one thing I did do was make sure morale was up all the way through.
They were trying to swap drugs using cleaning supplies. And ask yourself, what would happen if Friend Computer wanted something cleaned and there was a lack of cleaning supplies because of all this drug business?
I gasp.
Okay. Remember Steve that success is mandatory and failure is treason. Happiness is also mandatory. How would you assess the outcome of this measure?
Very ecstatic happiness with minimal treason.
Okay.
And the only treason
Um,
that was happening was by those ne'er do wells. No
Wesley
treason on our
should have done
side.
it first.
Very minimal levels of treason. Well, are higher colored people guilty? Can they be guilty of treason?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Different levels.
Certainly.
Yes, we witnessed
And
that.
We saw it.
Well, let me ask you
firsthand.
this, Vernon. Are you
yes.
allowed to trade drugs for cleaning supplies?
No, not unless the computer orders it.
Okay. Did the computer order it?
In this case, I think not.
So there was, as I said, minimal treason. Not
You're
on our part.
you're welcome then.
We just happened upon it.
Well, Scrubbot too. Well, in a company Scrubbot too.
So,
Mhm.
if you'd like, we could be in charge of an inquisition on the higher color levels to determine, we could go in as a sting maybe and kind of root out this drug smuggling problem.
Certainly, there can't be any more of those kind of ne'er do wells out there. It
We'd
must
be
be
happy
such
to
an
do that.
isolated instance.
We have been quite effective at rooting out subversives and communists wherever we go.
I
Highly
think they said they were
violently.
capitalists.
Highly violently, I might add.
And we've been very happy the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Especially Brewhammer.
It brings me joy.
This guy.
It makes me happy to stop those that would go against the computer's will. I love it.
But
I
also,
love it,
at
sir.
the same time, very happy.
I love it. If loving the computer is wrong, I don't never want to be right, Vernon.
Brewhammer, take 50 XP as a reward for your happiness.
Very
and
well.
As as corroborated by your comrades.
Will do. I'm at 696 now, Jonathan. Does that put me at orange?
696. I'll check soon.
Or am I
But
blue now?
I think you're 4 away from it.
I'm 708. What is that?
You might be over it. You might be at orange. I'll have to check after this debriefing.
Easy. Easy there, Hendo.
Did you ever see that South Park where Cartman started a children's gospel?
No,
Oh,
It was
no.
so awesome.
that's even more disturbing.
Okay, 1 second.
That's a smart fez you got on there, Hendo.
I feel smart and happy with it on.
You're like Morocco Mole.
Oh gosh, I love Morocco Mall.
God, I haven't thought of Morocco Mole in a long time.
You're
What's a
welcome.
Morocco mole?
It's an old cartoon character.
Cartoon character. I can't remember who he worked with.
It was the same cartoon series as like Tennessee Tuxedo, the penguin.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Okay,
who did
Yeah,
those.
so Vernon
I
says
hope. Yeah.
to Mike. Sorry, Vernon says to Steve. Is there anything specific that you noticed about your teammates that was out of character with um, positive citizens of Friend Computer?
Yeah, I mean, wanton violence, super quick, pull on the trigger, very easy hair trigger. This guy Brewhammer.
Interesting. And would you say uh, that this bordered on treason against Alpha Complex?
Probably. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Thank you for reporting. Here is 20 XP points. You can add that to your
Thank
character
you.
sheet.
Vernon, I'll say I make no apology for dispensing justice in the name of the computer. I deal with subversives, communists, quickly, decisively, and finally.
I mean, if you call given a higher color rank a nanosecond to answer, okay.
We've already established that that they can be corrupt, Steve. That is your real name.
Calling it as I see it. For Friend Computer.
Okay. Citizen Hendo, sorry, troubleshooter Hendo, can you corroborate this claim in either direction?
I'm not sure, Vernon, what the claim was. Could you state the claim again?
Certainly.
Steve is
The
accusing
claim
me of treason.
is that that Brewhammer maybe jumped to conclusions more quickly than citizens of Alpha Complex could answer accusations against them.
Well, the way I saw it is lasers were flying at our heads. Uh, we we tried to talk it out. We got shot at. Have you ever been shot at, Vernon? Have you ever been cold and shot at? It was cold down there, Vernon.
I see. And so, in your opinion, Brewhammer acted in line with uh, what a loyal citizen of Alpha Complex would do?
Well, I'll say this: if Brewhammer didn't return fire after we were shot at multiple times, then we would be dead, and the drug dealers would be alive, and they would be pushing their crystal drugs into Alpha Complex. And I also might add that that really slick scrub bot out there would, well, I don't even want to think about what he'd do. He was at death's door, you know. He's very depressed, very depressed. And I tell you what, he's one happy scrub bot now. So, you know,
I see.
I kind of feel
So,
like we're all happy. We're all happy.
interesting. Okay. So, you would say that overall this mission improved happiness among the troubleshooters.
Oh, for sure. I'm happier today than I was a few minutes ago, and I'm certain that scrubbot out there is much happier now.
Okay. Um, Steve, can you confirm that your happiness is greater than when you started this mission?
Yes, I can confirm that.
Interesting. Brewhammer, are you happier than when you started this mission?
I'm always happy, Vernon.
But are you happier than when you started this mission? Because um, the outcome of your answer affects my decision going forward.
I'm always happy to be of service to the computer and to root out the computer's enemies.
Hmm. But, Brewhammer, are you happier than when you started this mission?
Yes, because I have learned much new information that will guide me going forward.
Excellent. Then, Steve, as happiness officer on this mission, please add
That's Mike.
150. Sorry, Mike, happiness officer of this mission, excuse me. Please add 150 XP points
Woohoo!
as a result of being a successful happiness officer on this mission.
Oh, I tell you what,
Thank you.
and Hindo Liquor One like kind of stands up from his chair and then stands in his chair and he says, "I was this happy before the mission." And then I step up onto the table and I say, "But now I'm this happy after the mission." And then I climb back down and sit back down in my chair.
All right, please accept my advance of 10 XP points for being happier after the mission.
Thanks, Vernon.
Okay. Um, I know that you guys are all exhausted after such a complicated mission. I appreciate you apprehending the drug dealers. What I'd like you to do is return your equipment, return to your rooms, and get a good night's sleep after uh, just such an excruciating mission escorting Scrubbot 002 through multiple floors of cleaning and hesitancy to clean. And I appreciate your service to Brain Computer. Please retire and hopefully get a great night's rest.
Vernon,
Yay!
how is
Thank you.
Ukla? Is she
Ukla
recovering?
is recovering nicely physically. Mentally, I'm not sure if she will ever recover, but we'll find out.
Do you want us to go and find the criminal asshole that escaped?
Not at this time. I'd like you to get a good night's rest. Maybe several nights rest until the computer needs you again, because you may or may not be needed for a different mission.
Happy to.
Happy, happy, happy place.
All right, Brewhammer gets
Okay.
up and walks out.
All right.
And as he walks out, he'll turn and give Steve a friendly glance. A glance that says, "At some point, you may need me to save your life, and I'm going to watch you die."
Have a good night, Steve. I mean, Brewhammer. Have a
You
good
can-
night, buddy.
You can say all that with a glance.
See you, buddy.
Sleep with one eye open, Steve.
All right. Do we all live together? Where do we live?
And I'm not your buddy.
I started singing the happiness song. Yeah, we're happy work for the computer. Happy work for
Trying
the
to play the-
computer.
I'm trying to be backstabby.
Oh, you are backstabby. That's a good point.
It's not my it's not my forte in real life. I'm not really that kind of person, but
As we're
trying.
walking down the
Trying.
hallway,
Yeah.
Brewhammer, I have a
Okay.
question.
Yes.
you remember when you were saying that early on in our discussions that that we probably need to, I don't know what it was. You said that the best way to handle this situation is to purge. I don't understand how throwing up would have helped the situation.
No,
But I
I
didn't
meant
say anything at the time.
I meant purge life,
Oh, purge the bad
Oh,
guys.
killing
oh,
criminals. Yeah, I was talking about
okay. That makes a lot more
I was
sense.
talking about purging criminals, which makes me happy.
Okay, gotcha.
It makes my heart
No,
sing,
all right.
and it fills me with sunshine inside, Mike Ike. It
Oh,
makes
that's
my heart
okay.
sing like none other because I'm that kind, and I like knowing that I'm making a difference and that others will be spared the darkness of illicit street drugs.
That sounds a lot more like a lot more sense. Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good night.
All right. So I don't have a great visual for your sleeping quarters because I only have your old sleeping quarters, the clone birthing room. But it is common. So to answer Hendo's question, it is common for troubleshooters to sleep together and to bunk in the same room.
Those are
And
two totally different things.
So beating Steve with soap and towels like a Full Metal Jacket, that's an option.
Okay, no. They're not different things. I mean, it is common for troubleshooters to bunk in the same room.
Okay,
It would just
I'm cool
be
with that.
it would be a red. It would be a room of red bunks, which I don't have a visual of. And, um, as it turns out, you guys are you guys go back to your rooms. You turn in your equipment. Oops, I gotta
Happily.
hold on.
Happily.
Yeah, Moppily.
Oh,
Happily.
I'm trying to remember what my special equipment was.
Now, when you say we turn in our equipment, like I have a laser rifle, do I turn that in?
Yes, unfortunately, like all your equipment after each mission, um,
A red
goes
rubber
back.
glove.
So yeah, even red rubber gloves. So you'll, if you're watching carefully, you'll see me
Yeah, I'm
recalling
noticing
your
that.
Delete.
equipment. Yeah, it's starting to disappear because your equipment is new every mission, unfortunately.
That's a common.
Seems like a bigger pain in the butt for you than me.
I'm going to
maybe.
report the DM to Frank Computer.
Most of it recalled, but
Does
not all of it. What am I
does
missing?
that include my 2 wakey pills and bubbly beverage? The auto
No.
auto mop I definitely
No.
What?
okay,
Those
If
both
they're
sound like
on your
things that like Michael Jackson's mansion.
Oh God.
Sorry, Jonathan.
no,
Go ahead.
if they're on your character sheet, then they're part of your personal equipment. But if they're
Okay,
cards
well,
that are handed to
yeah.
you, and this is a bit,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a kind of a roll-20 conundrum because
Yeah.
it's hard to distinguish them all. But what I'm trying to do is make what's part of your character sheet stay part of your
Yeah.
character sheet, and you keep up with that. And then what's a card that's dealt to you, that's something that's maybe temporary and dealt to you for that mission.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
So I try to do that, but you guys still have cards, and I can't tell why that is.
I have
Maybe
let
Frank
me see.
Computer just
I
wants us
still
to have
have
those cards. You ever think about that, Stokes?
I have actions.
Yeah, all of mine are
Yeah.
actions. It's all the action.
Why do we have actions from the action deck?
I have 1 action left.
Yeah, we shouldn't, but I don't.
Yeah, I still have 1 action card.
How many action cards do you still have, Chris Head?
I have one.
I have two. I have two.
You know we can all see each other's total, right? Down there when
Yeah,
you look
yeah,
at 'em?
I can see everyone
Yeah.
else's.
Yeah.
I've got 3. In case you
Okay.
didn't know.
Confirmed, you do.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's operator error on the DM's part because
Chris Head, I
for
think you
some
have
reason.
one.
Yep, I only have one.
Okay.
Do you have 1,
I'm
Chris?
gonna.
I think
Okay.
it's a
We should. So the action cards are normally something
We have to
you get.
we have to go in
You
and
get
let
at the
you
beginning
steal
of
them.
combat. Yeah. So normally you have to what?
We have to
You gotta
go in.
let me steal them.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. It said you were trying to steal them, and we had to let you steal them.
Okay. Well, let me steal in case it matters. But I'm
I
not sure
did.
that
You
it
took
does.
all of mine.
Same here.
Okay.
You got mine
Cool.
now.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
You got
Appreciate
mine. Oh no, you don't have mine. But I can give it up.
it.
One second.
Can you?
I
think I
wish
can do
you
this.
would, Chris. I wish you would.
Impending
Like-
doom.
Let the record show that Chris did not give up.
When the foe
Um,
man
I'm
bears his
trying.
tail. Tarantara,
Dang it.
tarantara.
There's a oh, here we go. Maybe I can do it this way. No.
I did it like
It's okay.
this.
There, I had this
did it
part
like
where I
that.
could.
Okay,
My
so
dad
the way
there was a-
actions cards should work in the game is that at the beginning of any combat, you get 4 action cards, and then you get them randomly dealt to you, and then you can choose to play them or not throughout the action. Okay, so for today, let's say that you all go back to your red colored room with your red colored jumpsuits hanging on the wall, and you have a good night's rest, which is not very long, before you're summoned to the same briefing room that you just left the night before, which was
Oh.
gray walls and plain, and had a single table at one end of the room. And it was
Oh, and that cheerless
Sure.
MFR Vernon again.
Oh, I like this room.
yeah, kind of when you return to the room, it's pretty much the same room, except that it's got a lot more things in it.
We're sitting on
So-
boxes.
Yeah, so there are boxes, there's some chairs, there's equipment all around the room. Some of the equipment is out on desks, but it's not really plugged in. Some equipment is still in boxes around the room, and it's really like the whole room is being upgraded, but it's in the middle of an upgrade, and it's weird because it's the same room you were just at. But Vernon G. HYT is kind of overseeing it. He's got some infrared citizens that he's ordering around to, move this box here, um, you know, set that up, find power on this wall. I don't care what you do, that kind of stuff. And pretty much. So there's some big screens on the wall, but none of those screens are really on. They're not really hooked up or plugged in. There is there's a vending machine that does seem to be plugged in, but almost everything else in the room is just not hooked up yet.
Gotta make sure your
Another thing-
sodas are on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, stuff boxed and unboxed everywhere. You'll notice that Vernon, or you may or may not have noticed that Vernon has been promoted because he's now. Oh,
He ain't yelling.
well here, yeah. Here's my.
I will quietly in my head tell him he's welcome for the promotion.
Okay. I will quietly in my head try to make this. Try to make his nameplate appear for you guys, but I can't remember exactly how I did.
You make sure that there's
a
you make sure that there's a check mark where it says nameplate, and then you click on the little button that has 3 dots, and you have to I think you have to click on C.
The 3 dots. Yep.
There you go.
Got it.
So if I had done all that right, then you would have seen that he was Vernon YHYT all along.
Yeah, he was a 2 yesterday.
And suddenly, after you barely got a night's sleep, he's a Vernon G. And he's got this promotion.
Is that his hair or some kind of weird growth on his head?
He's he's mostly bald.
And a little growthy?
So he's kind of got thinning hair, but he's got some hair. Yeah, that's hair on the top of his head. And yeah, so there's still the table that you guys have sat around before, but and there are chairs there. There are a few chairs, but he himself is sitting on a box where he was on a chair before. And like I said, there's lots of around the room. There's lots of equipment that's not quite hooked up right. He's got some assistants in the room that are, moving around and trying to set things up. He looks like, and at the moment he's like, "Okay, have a seat. We're still getting set up here." And he's his attention is on the other people in the room while he's trying to, get screens hooked up to power and boxes unboxed.
Will I have a seat?
Yeah, what can we do for you, Vernon?
Okay, I'll be with you in a minute.
Mind if I get a soda?
Help yourself if it's working. We've only recently got it plugged in.
Might not be cold.
Hey, Steve, grab me a hot soda too, please.
I haven't had a soda in I don't know how many years.
They're fake memories if they're number of years because you're like 3 or 4 days old, but you have memories that go back for years. So
yeah,
you're only 3 or 4 days old. Remember after you were cloned when I killed you.
All right, you want a soda or Brewhammer? Or are you still focusing on the past?
No, I don't want anything from your commie ass. Thanks.
Ooh, is that a yellow Coke leet? I'd love a yellow Coke leet.
Okay. I grab everybody a soda, even one for Brewhammer, and pass them out.
He shakes it up vigorously, and then hands it to him.
All right. So you've been to some
Out of sight of Brewhammer.
different flavored bouncy bubbly beverages.
Are you okay, Stokes? Are you having a stroke? Are you all right?
No, that's just you say that 5 times fast because that's in the game. Bouncy bubbly beverage. Okay, so all right, you hand out maybe some red dessert toppling with bouncy bubbly beverages, and
the red dessert topping.
Red pudding.
All right, and so you kind of, the
Stop it. Sorry, that was the cat. Sorry. That's my cat.
I see. All right, so beverages go around, and then Vernon's crew kind of dissipates, and Vernon settles down. He clears his throat and addresses you and says, "Troubleshooters." And his tone sounds really grave. He says, "Your conduct has been exemplary of late. According to reports I've received, you've demonstrated initiative, bravery, chutzpah, and even genius in how you approach the many hardships in your way. And who am I to doubt these reports?
That sounds like
That,
us.
of course, would be treasonous. Therefore, I am delighted to inform you that Friend Computer has selected you for a very, very, very special mission. This will not be an easy mission. This will be a safe mission, dear troubleshooter. We're sending you into uh, a decommissioned sector that, though through terrorist sabotage, has suffered damage and decay, the place has to be thoroughly, thoroughly sanitized, and no one has a excuse me, no one has a cleaner record than
We'll get it done,
so.
despite being saddled with Steve.
Careful. We
So
gotta be happy, Brewhammer.
I am happy to make fun of your stupid ass.
I think this sounds like a reckless adventure. I'm happy.
I'm
Me
in
too.
danger.
So you are being sent to Sector THA, and officially Sector THA does not exist. But this entire sector needs to be wiped clean, scrubbed from top to bottom to remove all undesirables so that we can repurpose it and fully reincorporate it back into Alpha Complex. We are we had some trouble with communications and infrastructure in there, and once we get the place cleaned up, we can start to get all of those things working again. But that's beside the point because we need you to get in there, do your job, and return with proof of your success.
Can Scrubbot go with us?
Mm, No, I think this is a mission for you four. I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter exactly how you do your job, as long as you conduct yourself as loyal troubleshooters. So,
Well, we've been
if we
doing that
may,
so far, despite Steve.
What's the hey, watch your mouth.
What's your mouth?
I
Hey. We're all happy brothers, with the computer.
I am
So
so
we just
happy.
we'll be
I
fine.
am
Vernon,
so happy
what
right
is
now.
this proof you're looking for? You say proof.
um,
What is it you're looking for?
well, this sector, it things have gone wrong there, and so it kind of needs to be thoroughly cleaned.
There are a
And
lot of Are there a lot of commies in there? Like Steve's friends.
If you want a necklace
well,
full of ears, Brewhammer's your guy.
I mean,
well,
you
I
say the
would
word, Vernon. If that's what
say
the computer wants, the computer's going to get.
I yeah. Mm, hmm. Well, I would say in conceding to the reputation of Brewhammer in your group, we've
You mean
well,
the reputation being effective?
yes. So I would say that a thorough cleaning of this sector may produce some minor collateral damage, but please
You
be
know, you talking about damage
respectful.
to the walls?
Well, just please be respectful of Alpha conflict. Willful destruction is treasonous. A decent troubleshooter is a diligent troubleshooter. And Friend Computer has arranged very special transport for all of you. A shuttle is waiting.
What about our rifles and
Well,
mop buckets?
any special cleaning equipment again?
Well, you're going to Sector THA, which is kind of a sector that is broken.
What?
You
But
trailed off there, Vernon.
as usual, your equipment will be assigned to you as deemed necessary for this mission. So if you could please report to um, the Sector HYT equipment room, then you will be equipped by the PLC officer there.
Oh, good.
I'm excited about this, Vernon.
Sounds great.
Excellent. I look forward to hearing about your success.
I'm gonna make sure I click close to Brewhammer the whole time, and I put my arm around him.
Yes, please do. That will make everything so much easier.
Hey, Jonathan.
Yep.
So what are we able to exchange XP points for? Or is this not a time to exchange XP points?
Not just yet, but let's get
Okay.
equipment. Maybe between scenarios, we can resolve XP points.
Gotcha.
Can I have grenades that will cause syphilis?
Possibly. So
There's a
if you
shot
guys
for that.
okay, so you guys proceed from here as directed to the PLC office, which has Ginny OTHA as
Oh
the
yeah, remember her?
equipment duty officer again. So you've seen her before.
I'm not
She
a
has
smart
a
man,
few
but I know what love is, Jenny.
Jenny!
Jenny. Okay, so Jenny has a few things for you.
Flamethrower.
That that she has been instructed to give you on your mission. The first is a high def steady camera. This is an essential item that that Freddy Computer is expecting one of you to carry.
What is it?
So I put the card on the
High-def
table.
camera.
I tried to put it face up, so you should be able to look at it.
Yeah, but it's so
But that
small
doesn't-
Yeah.
we can't actually see it. I mean, it's tiny.
Zoom in.
Oh.
Hi there, high def
Wait.
steady cam.
Can you? Oh, you can't zoom in without taking the item.
No, I just zoomed in.
Oh yeah, if you zoom in, it takes a moment,
Okay.
but it'll show up.
Okay.
I am zoomed in
Okay,
ridiculously
so-
far right now.
Okay. So what it is a camera that mounts on a frame, and the camera itself is a much higher resolution and a broader spectrum than the standard Cortec implant that you all carry in your heads. So, so the purpose is to something that can be worn on your body and help to keep a stable visual um, document of what transpires.
This sounds perfect for
I could.
Mike Ike. I definitely do
Alrighty.
not want any kind
I'll.
of body cam on me.
All right. All right. I'll take the card.
Okay. So do you put it in your deck?
Yep.
Okay. Next is a laser pointer dot. This is a small targeted beam of light useful for indicating things at a distance without shooting. So it's kind of a, it's like it's a bot that has like a laser dot. Not so much.
And the person that takes it can control the bot.
Yep, it
It'll be like
obeys spoken commands.
Would
Yeah,
I
the
would I
person.
see this and think that it's something that could, oh, I don't know, help me if I was about to shoot somebody?
Well, it could point a laser at somebody. So to the extent that you can make use of that, yes.
Okay, yeah, I could use that because I'm probably definitely going to shoot somebody.
Okay.
If
Grab that.
if past games are any indication.
Okay. Next up is grease. For no apparent reason, there are three large tubs of grease available for this mission. And the grease is very slippery.
up to you, Steve.
So-
I'm happy to take the grease.
That feels like a Hendo thing.
Well, Steve was going to take it, but whatever.
You're welcome to take it.
I'll take
If,
I'll take the grease. Why not?
if you'll feel gypped by grease, I can take
Wait,
it.
where'd it go? Did I do the dumb
I
thing?
don't have it.
Yeah. You got to
Hmm.
right click it and do take card.
Darn it.
If you drag it off, it's just going to disappear.
Can you bring it back?
I might can. Hold on a second.
It didn't disappear, Brewhammer. He knows right where that grease went.
Grease is the word. the
Grease
word.
gets the grease gets used before we even leave the.
Ba, ba, ba.
We're still in the
Grease is
weapons
time,
room, and
the
there's
place,
grease
the
everywhere.
motion.
Steve loops
Grease
up.
is the way that we're feeling.
Chris is going back to my 8 tracks.
We had Blues Brothers and Rhinestone Cowboy.
Like the rhinestone.
I didn't actually have grease, but
Okay, is that it?
Bobby
All right,
Rugg,
I see it.
my neighbor. Yeah.
So
Okay.
take card.
Yes, right click
Yep.
it and take.
Yep. Take that.
All right. Okay. So that was grease.
Watch Hendo get a flamethrower. Or a tactical nuke or some shit.
Next up is a grapple gun, but I can't find it.
That reminds me. I've been.
It's
Go ahead.
it's kind of a standard one that we've had before. So
Yeah, I've had it before, actually.
Okay.
Reminded me of Gravity Falls with Mabel having that grapple gun.
Yeah, I don't see the card, which is I think. Oh, I do see it.
There we are.
You're gonna use that on your junk. Aren't you?
That kid that shoots himself with the little gun and starts like dancing, crying.
All right, and then next is
I like it when you fade in and out, Hendo. It's like Burl Ives is trying to cross over from the afterlife. Oh,
Oh, we
oh,
lost Chris.
we lost Head.
Oops, sorry.
That means
Accident.
everything's messed
Sorry.
up now.
You ruined everything, Chris Head.
oh
I was
no,
trying to do the
All
change
messed
the
up, yo.
background thing.
no,
Well-
I
it might
can't
work.
change my background.
It made you gray for now, so maybe when you reappear, you'll be in the same place, and I won't be completely disrailed.
Charlie Brown, you
Derailed.
blockhead.
Derailed.
You
Oh
blockhead.
God. Oh well.
No, I'm not derailed. You stayed in the same place.
Yep.
Okay, who wants the flashlight?
Let me see what it can do.
Which is a weird thing because
I'll take the flashlight.
The couple of weird things about it. Go ahead. Alpha Complex is normally lit at all times, so you've never experienced darkness except when you went into the maintenance tunnel away from Frank Computer.
Okay.
And in this case, R&D has had to reverse engineer an item from old records. And the result is this light, which is a sturdy torch with a powerful beam that constantly flashes on and on.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It doesn't stop.
No.
Okay.
I'm
No,
pretty
that's,
sure I can use it like a policeman's flashlight. Just beat ass with
Hey,
it.
let's see.
hey, ma'am, do you have anything that you can throw? Like a boomerang or a spear or a throwing knife or a
He's like, you can throw that grease.
The computer has selected the equipment that we're going to receive, Steve.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, she says, okay. Well, this is all the assigned items that I have for you.
Forgive
But
him, Jenny.
what-
He's a communist.
But what
Uh,
were you gonna say, ma'am?
Well, I was going to say that one of you already has a locker key from a previous adventure, and I'm told that that should be allowed through. So
Ooh.
that's a throwable item, whichever one of you has that.
I seem to have a locker key.
Okay. Yeah. So you recall that you have the locker key from Daphne G.
So
From
my
a previous
additional
adventure.
my
And I
additional
can-
equipment's still populated. Or you, that could change that later,
Additional equipment that's not on the cards.
or just yeah, that's not on the cards.
We have handouts that you gave us.
Yeah, then you can keep those. So that
Oh,
you
okay.
still have that.
So I still have the red laser pistol.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And I still have the
Oh, I
tactical
see.
laser rifle.
Yep.
I have
see
my
that? You-
scrubbing brush, long-handled hygiene services. Okay, gotcha.
I also
Okay.
had I had written on my character sheet that I had a red tactical laser rifle.
Okay.
If I could get roll 20 to load. I think
I
I took it
think-
off somebody's body at some point.
Yep.
I think we
I
all have
think-
those now, though.
Well,
I-
I think a lot of those are from this one session when I couldn't get the card when I couldn't get the cards ready because it's supposed to be done in cards. However, if it's on your character sheet, I'll honor that. So
Okay.
I'll say that you have that plus what's on the cards.
I think
Even
it's
though
that time
it's-
we came into
it's
that
my
one
mess up.
area when we thought it was like a dirty drug den. I think it was the night I killed Steve.
Yeah.
God damn.
Nobody remembers that.
I do.
What was it? Now, out of character. Uh, uh, I think Brewhammer had a yellow laser pistol.
Can't use it.
Yeah,
True,
not
but I'm just saying I think he has
How
one
do you know that?
because he used it because
I
I
didn't-
threw it to him.
Oh,
I don't think you can use a
I don't know if he kept it. I'm just
Okay.
saying that because
Okay.
he didn't put
Once
is I think
had.
it's yeah, he once had one. It was in that final battle. I think he'd lost his either his weapon malfunctioned or something. I can't remember what happened. And then I threw him the yellow laser pistol. I think it was one of I don't know. Anyways, and then he used that. So I don't know if he kept that or not. So
no, it's not on any of my
that's out of
sheets.
character. That's
It's,
out of character.
it's not
Okay,
on any
okay.
of my sheets.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Then he doesn't officially have it.
There you go.
Okay. So here's where. So I think we're at the conclusion of the previous. We're moving into the next adventure, and this is where I'd really hope to drop a bomb on you guys, but I'm not ready for it. And it would be. So here's what would happen if I were really ready for it. Then we would move from this equipment allocation phase to your next phase, which would, what would happen is Ginny would tell you that, oh yeah, there's a shuttle that Vernon arranged that's ready to take you to your next location.
But will it take us
It's
to the limit?
it would take you to the limit because
one time.
it's a remote shuttle drop off that's not really
Oh, that's hot.
it's not really on the normal shuttle rotation, and it's just a what would you call it, like a one-way depot, and um, the computer shuttle could take you there, but it couldn't necessarily take you anywhere else. And
Could it bring us back afterward?
possibly could bring you back, yes.
Because that's kind of
And
important.
Yep. So you would go to this, you would go to this shuttle, and it could take you. Well, I'll describe that part. So after Jenny sends you on your way to the transport, then you get in the transport, which is like an elevator, and it lurches into action. It moves you through, some high speed alpha complex uh, labyrinth of turns and twists because it's like an elevator that goes in every direction. And eventually it bumps to a halt and opens up in this dimly lit station where the air hangs heavy with mist or dust or some kind of particle matter that you can't tell what it is. And there's this sensation that most of you have not experienced before. The lights in here are flickering, and there's like twisted metal strewn all over the place, and it looks like something exploded. I wish I could just turn off the background of what you're seeing right now because that would be the next best thing. So there's the only thing you see. So okay, ignore what you're seeing on the visuals, and imagine this: you're like kind of like a subway. The elevator has opened up, and you see this station, and it's all dusty or foggy. You can't tell which. It's cold, and by the way, cold is like a sensation that you've hardly experienced in your few days of existence. Like most of our
We felt it when we were all in the drink. I bet.
Yeah. But for
Yeah.
the most part, like everything has been well lit and well uh, heated. But now there's like this area is cold and the lights are flickering and there's twisted metal strewn all about and um, it just looks like something has exploded. Maybe everything has exploded. The only thing that doesn't look exploded is this large, friendly looking sign that says, "Welcome to Sector THA." And even then, somebody has like graffiti underneath it, which does not exist. Right? So this like there's this station that is destroyed. Everything is destroyed, but the sign that's been graffitied and the this section, like that sign, is sort of lit up, sort of has power, but everything else looks dark and cold.
Okay.
And if I were completely on my game in the Roll20 world, I would drop you guys right now into a map, which I have mostly created. But this would be a map, so you just have to imagine this will be a map in the VTT world of the Roll20 world with full fog of war. You can only see a little bit around you, and you're on a grid, and you're about to explore terrifying depths that you've never seen before. And that's where we'll pick up next time. So next time I will have an actual map. It will have dynamic lighting.
I have a question.
Unlike everything that we've ever done in Paranoia, this will be a dungeon crawl.
I have a question.
Yeah, question.
Um, I guess I got wounded at some point, and I'm at a 3 out of 5. Am I good to go back up to 5 now?
Yes.
Okay.
Good question. Yeah. Since your night's rest, you're back to 5.
Okay.
What about our treason stars? We keep those, right?
Wait, is anybody wounded worse than a 3? If you can go up 2 points from where you are, but we only got 1 night's sleep. So if you're wounded worse than a 3, you might not be fully healed.
Is my moxie restored?
No, Moxie and treason stars stay the same.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So maybe that answers 2 questions at once. Right.
Gotcha.
If you had treason stars, they still accumulate. So you have to keep the ones you have.
Well, I keep dying, so I don't really keep any treason stars.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, Moxie resets when you die as well. But yeah, that's like in terms of like how insane are you going in this dystopian world. So if it was bad before, it should stay as bad.
Cool. Say that again.
Well, Moxie, like losing all your Moxie is like losing your sanity.
Yeah.
In a dystopian world.
But it resets when you die, right?
It does.
Okay.
But if it was bad before, it doesn't reset across. Okay, so dungeon crawl coming next with maps. The only thing and I have the map mostly ready. Dynamic lighting, I will figure out by the next time. Movement, there aren't movement rules. That's the one thing we'll have to make up for this version.
Just come up with whatever you're happy with, Stokes. That's what we'll use.
Yeah, we'll have some movement rules for how far you can move in a turn, and then it will be exploring a dark, scary dungeon.
I love it.
So that'll be different. We'll be able to see visually. There's a lot of things I've been trying to describe in this kind of theater of the mind version.
Oh,
that
you
we'll
could
be able to
you
be
could
a little more concrete with.
you could base it off athletics.
Oh, base the movement off. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean
Yeah, I
everybody
like
everybody has
something
that
like
as a
that.
stat. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Theater
Yeah,
of the
so
mind
we'll-
is hard when you've got a bunch of guys that are
What?
Yeah, we're just used to, myself included, we're like used to seeing it on the screen, and we have this tool that lets us see it on the screen, and the game system doesn't necessarily lend itself to that, but I think we've been missing it. And this past one room has totally amplified that, because it's been a million times that I've been asked, okay, wait, who's where, who's over where, what am I next to, just in resolving this one room. So yeah, I tried to add the tokens as a partial way of saying, okay, here's who's where, and trying to just describe visually what I can see in my head, but I'm not effectively communicating to you guys. And yeah, hopefully for this next section, we'll be a little more clear about it, because we'll show visually what the dungeon looks like.
All right. Very cool, Jonathan. Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you.
All right.
Woohoo!
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
All righty.
Oh, when do you
Night, night.
anticipate we'll play next?
Oh yeah.
So third Tuesday of the month. So that I'd have to look at.
I'm making a calendar
All right.
now. So
And then
Tuesday.
next week is when we start up the D&D campaign again. So
You can come back to play with us, Jonathan.